So, Gunfire games are very, very hard at work. They've not long ago released a Xbox and PS5 patch. They've done multiple on PC, and PC has another patch as of the 17th of August. They have stated that they've released a new PC patch. It improves performance, it fixes achievements and various bugs. They've said sorry for the delay on consoles, but you shouldn't have to wait long for this patch. And to Xbox players, the additional patch that they promised earlier this week is still on track to release soon. Then they've said thanks again for all the support and feedback. So this update for PC, under performance and crashes, there are updates to reduce potential crashes. They've addressed an issue where the game would hang on the Remnant 2 logo screen for some players when first starting the game. And they fixed various issues causing memory leaks. For achievements and difficulty rewards, they've retroactively fixed proving grounds and maxed out achievements. They've also retroactively fixed an issue where players who beat the game on Apocalypse difficulty previously were not receiving the Nightmare difficulty rewards. And they've stated in order to unlock the difficulty rewards and the achievements, you must interact with the World Stone. So they're not going to show up as soon as you load the game, you need to interact with the stone first. And they've also fixed an issue where the Revivalist trait wasn't unlocking for some players, and an issue with granting difficulty rewards related to localization. Then under bug fixes, and this is where everything else in the patch notes falls under, there's no balancing or anything like that this time. But in terms of progression blockers, they fixed an issue where if the game was closed during the Binding of 3 cinematic and the Labyrinth, the portal to the final world would not open correctly. They fixed an issue where players could use Havoc form during the final boss fight transition and get stuck. Another one where the key in Koala's rest would not show up. Another one where the train siege on the Rood would lock players out, preventing them from progressing forward. I'm guessing that's Terminus Station. I believe that's the only train siege in the game. And it's also based in the Rood, but they've also fixed an issue where players could get stuck in Talratha's metaphysical phase and not complete the fight. And they fixed an issue where the key in the Morrow Sanatorium would not show up. Then in terms of archetypes, they fixed issues with Archon's Tempest ability not working with Big Bang, an issue with Summoner's minions targeting corpses in the Magister Delane fight, another issue where Engineer's turret would allow them to move through walls and doors, so that's been patched out on PC already. An issue where Very Good Boy would sometimes attempt to attack an invisible enemy after defeating the Labyrinth Sentinel, and one where archetypes could show up as an exclamation mark, locking them out for players. Then in terms of gear and items, they fixed an issue with Chilled Steam not correctly granting movement speed increase, Darksider's stat description not matching advanced stats display, Mudtooth's elixir bonus not showing up in the advanced stats display, Smolder, so the fire-based melee weapon not scaling correctly with mod damage. The Black Cap band was incorrectly triggered when dodging with Void Cloak. An issue where unequipping the One-Eyed Joker idol was not removing its effect. Where stamina cost when using Huntress Spear was not benefiting from Reinvigorate. They fixed an issue where Momentum Mutator bonus was not being applied correctly when upgraded. So if you were struggling with the crit chance and the crit damage from that mutator, that's fixed. An issue where Scavenger's Bulbul was not automatically picking up Relic Dust. They fixed an issue where Summer Flange Amulet, if that's how you say that one, incorrectly triggered when dodging incoming enemy attacks, where Astral Burst mod was not bouncing 3 times as stated in its description. They fixed an issue where Reality Rune would slow friendly projectiles, restriction cord related to interacting with the World Stone. They've also fixed an issue with Tranquility Font's description not displaying the correct values, an issue where Weightless Weight was not applying the correct values when changing armor, and an issue where in combination with Restriction Cord, the Ring of Anguish could cause a crash. There's lots and lots of issues in this game, and I've never really come across any of these. Or maybe I have and I just haven't really picked up on them, so it is good that they're getting out this many fixes. And we've got 2 more categories, so this one's enemies. They fixed an issue with George's rear spin attack not connecting with players correctly. Labyrinth creatures getting stuck in stagger state in various places. Abomination's AoE slam size collision not matching the visual. They've changed Abomination's plates to take normal damage instead of resisting damage. And they've also fixed an issue with Abomination retreating too often. There was an issue with Chainsaw Dran getting stuck when killed while performing interactive on player. An issue with the Huntress killing all of Summoner's minions at once during a fight. An issue where players could get stuck under the arena in the second phase of the final boss fight. Bastion Aberration affixes remained active outside of combat. They fixed an issue where Talratha's spit attack could still hit the player if they were out of range, and an issue where George would not spawn and the door wouldn't open if the player quit while the door to the room was still opening. And then for the miscellaneous, there's not as many as the enemies and stuff, but there is still quite a few here. They fixed multiple places where players could get stuck outside of the world on the road, visual issues with lightning in the sky during the final portion of the campaign. They fixed an issue where advanced stats could not be toggled on and off when returning from the map menu, an issue where chain lightning wasn't doing shock damage, another one where non-vendor town NPCs would disappear for some players. They fixed level geometry, allowing players to access Bone Harvester's lair without first being grabbed by the Bone Harvester. They fixed an issue in Town Turned to Dust where players could get stuck between the bridge planks. And last but not least, they fixed an issue where clients could interact with the Fey Council and quit out mid-conversation, locking the host out of speaking with them again. So a lot of bug fixes, some performance and crashes and stuff. And also they've been retroactively fixing things as well, so that you just need to interact with the World Stone for you to get the things that you should have previously unlocked. So again, a really, really good update from the devs. They've worked stupidly hard to get this game to where it currently is in terms of bug fixes and everything. The very first one they put out was on the 4th of August, and within the 13 days after that, they put out another 2, and each of their patches haven't been tiny. They've been pretty big, but this one doesn't feature any balancing changes or anything like that. The only thing that I believe will be a little bit disappointing is I recently put out a video for using the Engineer's Turret to glitch through the gate and get your Simulacrum, your Corrupted Luminite Crystal, and on PC that's already been patched. So it still works on console, it's just not going to work for anyone on PC. So yeah, hopefully for those that want to do all the glitches and do all the farms basically, do them faster, hopefully we can find some more stuff. Although it's inevitable they will just patch anything we find, and they seem to work really, really quick on patching out the farms in the game. And it would be really frustrating that they are doing that, but they are working on a lot of game-breaking issues like progression blockers and stuff, and just irritating bugs that would ruin the player experience. So they're doing balancing within balancing and nerfing and buffing stuff within the game, and they're doing balancing on patching things out of the game that would seem to be more of a glitch or an exploit, as well as fixing a load of issues that are in the game and affecting players. So another really, really good update from the devs. As stated, it's on PC only for the time being, but the Xbox patch 2 should still be out. Well, I mean, it's Friday now for me, so if it doesn't come out on the Friday, then hopefully it's early next week. But they did say it would be later this week, so I mean, hopefully they do get it out today, as of the time of me recording this video. And then just fingers crossed they don't take too long to get the both consoles, up to date with this patch, because they seem to be patching PC very, very quickly. But that's the latest news for patches and updates and stuff in Remnant 2. And on that note, we are going to leave the video there. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is appreciated. If you wish to support me further as a creator, there are links in the description. Let me know your thoughts about the video in the comments. And if you want to watch more, you can click the video on screen. All support on the channel is greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.